Yo, what's up? How y'all doing out there? Yeah, I know. I'm walking, going home from school. Um, I've noticed a lot of people looking at the whole conversation about do guys really like tomboys? Well, I think today gonna hit that topic a little bit harder this time. Now, last time I did talk about how a lot of guys, without probably admitting it, have an affection for tomboys. I'm about to go a little bit more in detail. This is particularly towards tomboys and studs. Now, y'all listening? Most guys would consider the possibility of dating a stud. We know y'all lesbian and all this other shit, but y'all attract us. We see what curves you do have under your baggy jeans, your wife beater. We can see that little arch in your back. We can see how wide your hips poke out. We see how cute you are in the face. And that attracts us. A lot of guys would love, in the back of their mind, be like, if you only wasn't gay. Now, I know a lot of your studs probably have considered dating a guy before. I been considering it from the very beginning. Couldn't do it either because you felt like most guys just want a feminine girl, and you don't think you're pretty enough to get with a guy, or whatever the case may be. I'm going to tell y'all the honest truth. If you put it out there to guys that you're bi or you're bi-curious, a lot of guys will jump on the chance. But you gotta watch it though. You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. Because the guy will jump on it just to see if they can turn you to being more straight. That's a challenge. I know it shouldn't be what they be trying to do, but that's like a lot of studs hear a girl saying she's bi-curious and they want to turn her lesbian. So it's just one of those things. Now, if you are a stud who would like to date a straight guy, you should put yourself out there in a way to suggest that. Now, of course, you're very intimidating. You are. There's no reason to bullshit. You are very intimidating. The guy sees you on the street, first thing he thinks, she's pussy. And that's it. They wouldn't even go after you, even though they might think you're cute. Even like, damn, for a stud, she got some ass. For a stud, she got some titties. She got a cute as hell face. Even if all that shit goes through their head, they will not holler at you. Because they'll think this is what they're going to hear. I'm gay. In this type of situation, it would be highly a good thing for you to make the first move. Pick out a guy that you can trust, talk to him, get to know him. I mean, y'all studs, y'all know how to play the game of a man anyway, so it shouldn't be all that damn hard. But you can't play it like a man. You are a woman after all. Now, that doesn't mean being a woman is weak. One's strong and one hard. It's just a different approach. Women are capable of getting a man to do everything that they want them to do. Mostly depend on the guy. We are programmed to do a lot for a woman's attention. You have to have some standards. If you're a stud, you're going to try this is your first time, you need standards. You need it. And I'm not talking about if a guy pretty or not. That's hereditary. That's whatever, that's a plus. No, we need necessity here. Because you've played the role as a guy. You sat here and talked to a bunch of guys and you know how most guys act. You can tell from the guy that thinks he's the shit and he really ain't, to the guy that is the shit but doesn't flaunt it. So use some of that knowledge. Hell, maybe do a little research. Really sit back and think. If you're going to do this, what type of guy do you really want? What do you want in the relationship? Now, there's a lot of good men out there that doesn't do the whole sharing thing. I am one of them. I don't like to share. I don't do the whole threesomes. If you're bisexual and you get into a relationship with me, if I see you eating another girl's pussy, that's cheating to me. You'd be surprised the number of guys who think this way. If you're going to cheat or you're not going to be faithful within the rules of the relationship that you're in, don't get into it. Because then you become a hypocrite. Because then you want to say you don't want your man to do this to you, but you technically are doing it to them. Even though it is a female, it's still another human being. And it's not alright by them for you to do that. If you want your little freedom to have girls too, make sure that's a part of the relationship. Make sure that the guy that you're talking to understands this is a part of a relationship. If you want the sexes to be separate, you have a boyfriend, you have a girlfriend, but y'all don't do threesomes. Do it like that. If you want threesomes, make sure it's included in the relationship. Make sure it's not something that you do all the time, but it's something that you say like, look, this is how I do it. This is how I want the relationship to be. Do you understand that? Verbalize what you want. Because if you don't, you're not going to get it. A couple more points before I get off of this thing, is that, and this is pretty much particular towards studs, I've learned there's a large amount of studs who became lesbian, not really by choice, but because that was the easiest. Y'all might be shaking your head. That's not how it is. That's pretty much how it is. I'm sorry. There's a lot that I have talked to, and I have talked to a lot, at least more than 30, that will back me up on this. It wasn't at first by choice. It was just the fact that they wanted a guy. They initially wanted a guy. But because that they look more tomboyish, and most guys are attracted but don't act on it, they never thought they was good enough to get with a guy. Most guys thought of them as the homeboy, not the girl I want to hook up with. So usually what happens is some girl says this girl is cute, things start popping, curiosity start coming up, kissing, touching start happening. Then, well, that's just the lifestyle. There you go. I'm saying is this. that doesn't have to be the case. I'm going to give y'all a couple of tips and a couple of places to look for guys that would have no problem dating a stud as long as you verbalize what you want in the relationship and verbalize what you are, how you see things. Might be surprised at how feminine you might actually be under all those clothes of masculinity. First good place for y'all to go and look for a guy would be on those phone chat lines. You know what I'm talking about? Vibe line, international chat, all those things where you can get a large group of men put on your profile stating, yes, I'm in a stud, but I am looking for this, and this. Say it. Mean it. Give yourself a break from girls if you really want to try it. Best idea, this is, some of y'all might not agree, but the best idea is to give yourself a break from girls. Why? If you really want to try dating a straight guy, you gotta break yourself off from the whole you a guy trying to date girls and think in the mind of a girl trying to date a guy. You've been a stud for I don't know how long. Your mentality is masculine as hell. You don't really know exactly how to approach another guy on a straight up feminine level. So you got to break yourself from that. Start hanging out with your homegirls. Watch how they really talk, how they really look, how they really think. You'd be surprised what you're missing when you're not thinking in the mind of a feminine woman. When you're thinking of the mind of a woman, you find out a whole lot of shit. I think guys need to start thinking like a woman sometimes, because we end up missing the whole fucking damn thing. And you, because you're so masculine, you might be missing out something. Now, what can help you? Dress a tad bit feminine. Not a whole lot, a tad. Sierra in her old video. Look it up. Actually, half of Sierra's videos, yeah, that's pretty much it. Put that little femininity in. Not so much to where you feel uncomfortable, just enough to make you feel like, okay, this is really me, what I've been trying to show for the last 10 years and have never been able to make the step to push my boundaries to do it. That's what you should do. Another tip, a good place to find a guy that will be into it, gyms and online dating. I know online dating seems cheesy and all that shit, but it actually does work a lot of times. Try eHarmony. If you got the money, if you don't, try playing fish. Don't use Facebook for relationships. That will fuck up any chance you got. Or it could present something for people. A lot of people are in tune with Facebook. So if you were to post something on Facebook like a real truth about yourself, it might be a blessing. Who knows? Well, that's all I gotta say for right now. Peace out.